Again, we're using a Pretty Peacock card base. We're going to be using the card that has this kind of, I guess it's wheat color. We're going to be cutting this off 4 inches by 5 1/4. Okay. And what you'll notice about this one is, again, we have the berries. I've used a die cut actually and made some sprigs behind it. It's whatever you want. And then we got the strip and again the gold. So let's get our card base and cut this piece in half down to 4 inches by 5 1/4. Now, I'm not going to glue this on top yet because it's easier when we put the sentiment down along with the gold. So my piece of gold has to be at least 5 1/4 long. Okay, so whatever pieces that you have left over, I'm going to try and use this flap, but it needs to be 5 1/4 long. Let's see if this one worked. Is it 5 1/4 long? Oh, just not quite. Shoot, not quite long enough. So I shall use something else. What else have I got? I'll just do this. Got a new one. Because I end up using a lot of the gold card envelopes anyways, so might as well. No, we're not going to glue it down yet because if your piece is like mine, which is a little longer, I'd rather have it be able to cut it. Now, I didn't tell you how tall it needs to be because what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a piece of white and I'm going to stamp Christmas. Apparently, I just have Christmas. I lost my wishes. I'm going to stamp Christmas wishes on a piece of white. And then I'm going to fit it on that piece of gold. Depending on how it doesn't fit either. So I'm going to stamp so I can see that this is at least, if I measure these words, are 1/2. So I wanted a little bit more than 1/2, so I'm going to go just 3/4. Just 3/4. Let's see if that's going to fit. If I take these words, yes, 3/4 will fit. And I want to stamp my sentiment kind of in the middle of the white as best as I can. So that means my gold would be 1 inch. My gold is 1 inch tall. That should sit right on top. There it goes, fits right on top. And I'm going to glue this onto the piece of gold. And I'm going to try to get those words in the center as best as possible. Just trim off the excess. So, and I'm going to put it close to the bottom. There we go. If I just lay it all together on the card, I can still manipulate it around. And get a piece of the berries. Tuck it underneath. There we go. That'll look okay. but I think adding a little bit more cardstock with some bows would look even better. So I'm going to punch a few extra out. And what I don't use here, I can use on another card. And I'm going to bring some of these around to the edge to fill it in. Do a little bit more on the other side. I think it just fills it in a little bit more. And now I can kind of move these all around on where I want them, and then I can start gluing everything down. So this is, I think, going to be kind of where I want it all. And I'm going to start gluing these items down. So I'll start with the red and glue it onto the card base. Glue the little berries and such kind of off to the side. Glue the words on top. And there we go.